Hello, and welcome to the Chapter 12 case study on Zynga, done by Chris White, Zach White, Cynthia Yeldell, and Zelania Williams, Group 11. Zynga is a social gaming company and leading developer of social network games such as Cityville, Texas Hold'em Poker, Mafia Wars, and Farmville. Founded in 2007 by Mark Pincus and a group of entrepreneurs, the company is the world's fastest growing gaming company with more than 290 million monthly active users and 65 million daily players. Zynga relies heavily on Facebook for its customer base, and Zynga games account for the 4 most frequently used apps on Facebook. Part of Zynga's success stems from its ability to gather data from customers to constantly improve its games. The company uses technology from Vertica Systems called massively parallel processing to store massive amounts of customer data used for its social graph analysis. Social graph analysis allows Zynga to learn how players interact with friends and how they interact with the game. Zynga runs as many as 130 experiments daily to adjust its games and observe how players react. Using this data, the company is able to learn if players liked a new feature within minutes of releasing it. The company may also make up to 100 daily updates based on knowledge gained from its social graph analysis. Zynga's business model is to offer free games that target the casual audience and generate its revenue from sales of virtual goods. Its target market is a set of users who prefer casual games. However, the majority of company revenue comes from a small percent of dedicated users who purchase virtual goods often. The model seems to be working as company revenues rose to $1.14 billion in 2011. Zynga's success has disrupted the video game industry by creating a new model that uses data to analyze how players play and then constantly tweak the game to achieve a more customer engagement. This is different from other gaming companies who attract customers by developing sophisticated and challenging action games with dazzling graphics. Zynga's greatest weakness is its heavy dependence on Facebook for its customer base. The company has taken steps to gain some independence with the introduction of its own gaming platform, Project Z. Zynga hopes to build a portfolio of games across various social networks and platforms and recently expanded its portfolio with the purchase of OMG Pop Inc., which is also a gaming company. Zynga has disrupted the market of gaming with a new business model. Unlike many of its predecessors such as PlayStation and Xbox, Zynga offers its games to customers free of charge and takes advantage of the explosions of social media and cell phone usage to attract customers to a social gaming platform. Social gaming are games where the user invites their friends or users in order to increase the popularity of the game that they are playing, and they receive in-game perks from this, which help them level up or become better at the game. Zynga has used its social graph analysis to become a pioneer in the field of social gaming. The company uses social graph analysis to study how players interact with those others that are in the game. This data is used to constantly tweak the game to create a better user experience and increases profits through advertising and in-game purchases. The company runs as many as 130 experiments every day to adjust its games and observe how players react to them, whether it is positive or negative effect on the game. Zynga may make up to 100 daily updates based on the knowledge gained from its social graph analysis. Zynga prides itself as being one of the most popular gaming companies in the world by using Facebook as its primary source of gamers. But as technology shifts to the mobile age, will Zynga be able to survive? All of Zynga's games are primarily played on computers, but as we move forward into exploring apps on mobile technology, will Zynga still be able to compete? Will the changes to apps help or hinder the progression of this gaming company? One social gaming challenge is that many people feel their games are too simple and similar. Farmville, Cityville, Fishville, Mafia Wars, they all use a lot of the same elements and therefore struggle to set themselves apart from each other. Another issue people have with social gaming is the fact that all of their every moves are being tracked and stored in a cloud somewhere by a third party. They feel that this could make them more liable to be attacked and for their personal information to be distributed places where they do not want it to. In the textbook, there are some specific questions that are posed to the reader. We will now go about answering those. Zynga has referred to itself as an analytics company masquerading as a games company. The statement is very telling of how far technology has come and how Zynga has become one of the top gaming companies in the world. Zynga can be described as an analytics company because this is what sets them apart from other gaming organizations. The emphasis that Zynga puts on analyzing data to continue to keep the gamers intrigued is unparalleled because since their inception, their goal was not to create the most difficult games, but to create games for the casual gamer to play and to determine what type of players are most active and what their players like most in order to keep the company in business. What makes Zynga most successful is that they analyze the terabytes of data generated by gamers and mold their games to fit the consumer. The backbone of Zynga truly lies in their business intelligence. They collect massive amounts of data in order to help with decisions on how to further develop their games. They survive by making their games addicting, and this means that they must constantly evolve in order to keep users from becoming bored or complacent. Without sufficient business intelligence, they will not have the decision support necessary to reach their goals and stay profitable. They place a high priority on analytics in order to produce actionable data, which is data formatted in such a way that aids in decision making and adds value to a firm. Zynga's commitment to analytics can be seen by its decision to create two separate teams, one reporting and one analytic, who collaborate and then produce suggestions for the programmers to implement and test in live online gameplay. Without BI tools, Zynga would not be able to evolve and stay relevant in their industry. Much of Zynga's data resides in the cloud systems of Vertica Systems. Using this cloud-based database, Zynga is able to fluctuate how much storage space they use. They also drastically decrease the need for physical data warehouses, and this also provides them with higher analytical capabilities. This is a less expensive and more versatile option for Zynga, which allows them to gain a competitive advantage and focus on their core competencies. Zynga has turned to the use of social graph analysis to help them further with game-altering decision-making. A social graph is a model that shows how users are connected through social networks. This helps show Zynga how users communicate with each other and how better to target users and potential new customers. Normal databases are incapable of such analysis, which is another reason that Zynga employs the technology from Vertica Systems. They receive daily updates on these graphs and are able to discover almost instantly if new updates are well received by users or not. Social graphing data is used to help determine which of the in-game gifts are useful and have the potential to be large revenue generators. They are also able to more accurately target players for different gifts and games based on previous behaviors. Zynga uses business intelligence to improve the player experience and make every aspect of its games more popular. Important business decisions such as which customers to target, how to target them, and which virtual items to sell are all made based on data analysis and business intelligence. Specifically, Zynga uses data from current users to decide which new users to target and how to reach them. For example, Zynga uses data from current users to see which of their friends could potentially be whales or big spenders. It gathers data based on the preferences of current whales and develops target advertising to attract new customers. Data is used to decide which customers to target and which messages to send. For example, customers can be targeted based on how they interact with current customers. Also, Zynga uses business intelligence to determine which items to sell. The company has the ability to start selling an item, see how well it's received, and then tweak the item based on the response. For example, developers of Zynga's Fishville discovered that a certain type of fish was more popular than others, so they began selling similar fish to the hot item. Zynga used the data it had collected to target exactly who their customers would be and developed products to accommodate them. It used this data to not only gain customers but to maintain them. Most customers' wants always evolve and change, and by gathering data and constantly analyzing it, you are always able to keep up with these wants. Zynga is fully aware that its games are not the most spectacular. However, their goal is to be able to provide something that keeps its customers interested and spending money. One of the ways it does this is by using its data to get its customers to play longer, invite more friends, and buy more goods. The goal for most companies is not to provide the best products, but to be profitable any way possible. And Zynga does this by analyzing data and executing new programs efficiently. Business intelligence can help to make some of Zynga's processes more streamlined. Zynga depends on analysis of gamers to help determine how to make its games more appealing. Therefore, business intelligence can solve a number of problems in this area. Business intelligence can solve problems for Zynga like which virtual goods will be most appealing to the customers, determining whether gamers like new features or not, gathering information based on gamer profiles, and deciphering which users will become big spenders. Business intelligence cannot, however, solve problems dealing with the actual games that are produced from Zynga. Games and products deal more with people and productions rather than with business intelligence, because business intelligence only describes the infrastructure for warehousing, integrating, reporting, and analyzing data from the game. It will be interesting in the future to see how Zynga evolves with the new mobile technology and if other companies adopt their business model. Either way, they are trailblazers of non-traditional gaming.